gentlemen, welcome back to the 30th episode. I don't know if you guys know that. This is number 30.
We're on 30.
Really? Yeah, this is 30.
Dude, you had your 30th birthday. It's 30.
Holy shit!
Episode 30. This is crazy.
It's a big month. 30th
fucking podcast
episode.
is as old as your ass.
Older, yeah. But you're older than the podcast and me.
That's life.
You're like 50. You look great, though.
You look great, though. You look so good.
What's your skin routine?
We're fucking... I was gonna say something really funny.
Were you say semen?
I was gonna say...
That's what we do after the pod, okay? That's his skincare.
It had to do with babies, but I was gonna like, nah, fucking... The fetuses of the aborted children.
Wait. You're part of Bill Gates' crew?
Dude, you just blend them up and you slap it on your face.
Wait. Calm down. Hold up.
Please take your hand.
What?
Why do you think abortions are like the best thing in the world right now? It's all about skincare, baby.
What?
You can't say
Yo,
abortion, skincare, and baby at the same time.
I'm lost.
You can't do that.
I'm lost. Dude, are we recording right now?
I wish I stopped.
Welcome to the Ball Sack Podcast.
Welcome to the
nothing
Ball
fucking
Sack.
matters.
Why is the last couple episodes off the rip? We've just been off the rails. I don't understand.
Yo, no, the last two have been fucking ridiculous. We need to calm down, okay?
Why?
We need to calm
This
down.
guy starts with abortion and blending
this was
babies.
your idea for a degenerate podcast?
True.
Because you were like, we say stupid shit all the time. Why don't we just let the world see it?
That's
And
true.
I was just like, I don't know if this is a great idea. But now I'm addicted and I don't give a fuck anymore.
Hell yeah.
And if I get fired, I get fired. Like, I can give two shits.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. So, how was your weeks, boys?
It was great. I had a good time. Zelda came out. The launch was
Oh,
awesome. People
yeah,
were
that
fun.
was.
It was very, very good.
Zelda's going hot.
Zelda's going hot.
Zelda's
right now.
going hot.
It's
dude,
getting
for
like
sure.
9s and 10s just like the first one did.
Yep.
People will call it almost a perfect game.
Yep.
And then somebody gave it a 6 out of 10. And Kotaku was like, this is so refreshing to see. I'm like, fuck you, Kotaku. Nobody gives about
I hate
Nobody
Kotaku.
gives a
Wait,
shit
I
about your fucking
hate-
opinion. Especially when they're like, oh, we haven't played it or watched
What?
it. You've already discredited your fucking, like,
Wait, Kotaku,
Article-
Kotaku gave it 6 out of 10.
no, they were reporting that somebody gave it a 6 out
They
of 10.
were reporting that somebody gave it. Okay,
So
okay,
someone
okay.
gave it a 6, and they were like, "Ha! See, ha!
They're
Not
like,
a perfect game."
They're like, this is so refreshing. No game should ever get a perfect score. I'm just like, if it's perfect, it's fucking perfect.
It's true.
Like,
A game
Who
like
gives a
Zelda,
shit?
a game like Zelda is like, especially coming off of Breath of the Wild, they have some really, really high expectations to hit. First
Mhm.
off, and the fact that they're already getting 9s out of 10s and 10s out of 10s shows just how good the game is.
Sales alone have shown.
If you have a game like Breath of the Wild, which was a phenomenal game, it was one of the best games that had ever come out.
Flagship game for Switch.
Flagship game for the Switch. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Shit game?
Flagship.
Oh, flagship.
That's flagship.
I heard
Sorry.
flagship game. I was like,
It's like,
Flagship
it's like
game.
your shelf thing all over again. We got insecure.
shut the fuck up.
But yeah, flagship game for the Switch, and it has some of the highest ratings ever. For you to come out with a sequel to that game, first off, is ballsy. I mean, they were gonna do it, but for you to come out with that game, if it isn't perfect, or you don't hit any like heights that the first one did, you're gonna get bad ratings. But they didn't.
Like
They're getting 10s out of 10s still.
Like-
if you have the hype of like the greatest game of all time, supposedly, and you come out with a sequel and it's just as good, if not better, come on, give them props.
like
Give them props.
off the rip, the Switch came out with a couple of games, including Zelda. Bar was set to like here.
Exactly.
Bar was set here. The fact that Nintendo said, "Let's make a sequel,"
Yeah, and we're gonna
And-
one up it.
that is
That's ballsy.
scary.
That's ballsy.
Because if you drop the ball on like I can imagine there are people that are skimming like combing through the game being
100%.
being like this can't be real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No. There has to
And
be.
like sales alone have shown that like all the numbers aren't fake.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I'll get, when it comes to Switch games,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers are deceptive
True.
because Nintendo fanboys are crazy.
Let me ask you a question. You played some of it so far.
Me or him?
You.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't.
That arm
Yeah.
that you see on the amiibo and in the fucking
Yep.
trailers,
Yep.
is that his original arm?
Link's?
Yes.
No.
He does lose his arm.
I don't really know if I can say anything.
Let's not spoil it.
Spoilers.
Okay.
No, let's not spoil. This game just came out 2 days ago.
Well, it is in the trailer. We do see it. That
Does it get like ripped off?
I can tell you after the pod if you want.
Wait a minute.
The mics will. I was about to. I'm like, wait a minute.
That was this close.
Fucking idiot.
This fucking close.
Fucking idiots.
This fucking close.
We see it in the trailer, so this is not a spoiler. But what happens is the malice engulfs the sword and his arm, and then when it goes away, his arm is basically like useless,
Sick.
and it goes up to like here,
Sick.
and then something happens, and then
So the reason why I'm asking this is because like I feel like if Nintendo kind of had a missed opportunity here, but obviously it's not a missed opportunity because they're selling out like crazy. But for Legend of Zelda to go darker,
this kind of is.
I feel like this game. No, but it's
Didn't
still
they-
it's
didn't
still
they try
rated E
that?
for everyone though.
Didn't they do that with the Twilight one?
Twilight
was
Princess
the-
had the
yeah.
first dark mood.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that one was rated
M. No.
No,
T.
not even
No,
close.
not
no.
M. I'm pretty sure it was
It
rated
was T or yeah, it was T.
Yeah.
It was T. It was T for teen.
Yeah, I mean, you look it up before people.
I'm almost positive it was T
Shit.
for teen though.
But I feel like they could have gone darker with this. I would have loved to have seen him get his arm ripped off.
Teen.
Yeah, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Again,
Darker fucking game, and
I
they could
can-
have done it with this game.
I can tell you after the pod, but fun fact, in the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the manga, he does get his arm chopped off. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like why?
Because I think it's a Zelda game and they kind of like travel in that line of like kids still play it and they can't be super dark.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo.
Because like in the manga, when the bokoblins attack the little village, there was slaughtering and blood and dead bodies, and Link tries to be the hero and whoosh, gets his whole arm cut off, and then he eventually dies, but then gets revived by the light. But just like I personally would love to see, as you just said, a more darker Zelda game, because like I feel like, and I could be wrong, but Zelda's audience, bigger majority, is like more of our ages.
It's more teen and adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
So
say.
like
Like there are kids that play Legend of Zelda, but
yeah.
I really think it's more teen and adults because a lot of the puzzles in there are kind of
Some are hard.
complicated.
Some are hard for sure.
People that are of a younger age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's why I told whenever I was like when I did work with you like have we said where we were?
No.
Okay, good. Where
You
we
were about to just leak it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but then I was like, hold on. We sold video games, and whenever I would like parents would come up to me for Nintendo Switch games, they're like, I don't know what game my child would like. I'm like, how old are they? And when they would say like 5, I'd be like, okay. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, phenomenal game. But I mean, the mechanics in that are a little bit advanced for like a 5-year-old to really grasp. Because there's like a lot of difficult stuff, and it's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. I recommend it when they maybe grow up and have a little bit more skills. But like, just to get into that game, especially as a 5-year-old, that would be hard. My first game when I was 5 was like Pokemon. Like, you know how easy Pokemon is compared to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild isn't a hard game, but it is very heavy in the mechanics of the game and the physics of the game.
And Zelda is just known for puzzles.
Exactly.
Tons of puzzles.
Yeah.
Right? And as the games progressively get better and better, puzzles only get harder and harder.
Exactly.
The further you progress in the game, the harder they get. Like even in Breath of the Wild, some of the shrines that I did, there were some shrines where I had to use a guide, and I'm like, I would have never known this, and I'm 29/30, so it's like, for a 5-year-old, I can assume they wouldn't even know how to like reach.
Did you beat the first one?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I got right to the end to Ganondorf and I turned it off, and I think Destiny launched like the day after or something, and for I think it was Beyond Light, and then it was just
GG's.
GG's.
Yeah.
I just couldn't go back, and I haven't gone back and finished it.
I
I can. It would take me like probably 20 minutes. I'm fully geared and ready to go. I'm at the castle, and I'm ready to go in and fucking do it.
dude, it
I think
takes
I'm
you like
only
5.
I think I'm only a third of the way.
It takes you like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've completed everything. I've completed everything in the game.
I
So-
will say, so far, Tears of the Kingdom is heavily, as Breath of the Wild, heavily Studio Ghibli. So like,
Really?
For example, Princess.
But you don't see that animation art style.
Well, no, like there's
In what sense?
references. So like
Okay.
you know how Princess Mononoke Ashitaka, his whole arm gets infected, and then he can like shoot stronger and all that jazz with the arm.
Okay.
Without context, that's kind of where it was going.
Is that the only reference though?
That I've seen so far. I mean,
Is there like?
I feel like it's a bit of a stretch.
That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like it's a bit of a. If there was more than just that, then because I mean, a demon arm thing isn't necessarily new.
Okay, sorry.
Like
That's the first thing I thought.
oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
gotcha.
I should have led with that.
Okay.
When like the whole like Malice, I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of that Studio Ghibli film. Now I could just be saying that, or I could be correct. But again, I just started it. I have no idea if there is any of that. I know Breath of the Wild did have a lot. I know like there was many Studio Ghibli-esque type things they wanted to do, but just Nintendo-ize it. If that makes any sense. Yeah. Okay.
So Breath of the Wild 2, what is it called? Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Is it Tears of the Kingdom or Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears.
Tears.
Everyone thought it was Tears for
Tears
a
of the
while.
Kingdom.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And then they came out and said, no, it's Tears.
Tears. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
T-Rexes of the Kingdom.
Tyrannosaurus of the Kingdom.
Dude, if there was T-Rexes, I would have bought the game right away, bro. It would have been a
If you
day
can
one.
ride a fucking T-Rex
Bro.
into battle, that'd be sick as shit.
That'd be sick.
Fucking Ark meets Zelda.
Oh my
Oh my god.
But yeah, the game's doing fantastic. You're enjoying it so far?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I stayed up till 2:00.
I think everybody did that night. They say
I
like,
did
way
that.
past their
I
bedtime.
did that Thursday, and then last night I stayed up till 2:30. But like the most beautiful thing about the game is that like and this is kind of like a Ghost of Tsushima thing. Side quests are everywhere. Like I get lost just exploring, and it's
the
so
same thing for the first one though.
no, but it's so much fun because you discover like side quests and side stories and like.
I'd say the one thing, okay, I will agree with you that there's side quests, but I don't think it's quite like Ghost of Tsushima, because Ghost of Tsushima's side quests are like a lot of them are actually tied to the main story.
Okay, yeah,
So
sorry,
like, you
yeah.
actually do go through the beginning parts of those and meet those characters who then
Not
have
like
their-
Skyrim or Assassin's Creed or bullshit
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Breath of the Wild, this is like these are complete side stories that you
It's
are
more.
going.
It's more you find like shrines
Thing,
and
yeah,
puzzles
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
items that
yeah.
you wouldn't, right? But like the world, like I've seen, heard, and read that this map is Elden Ring size
That's what I've heard.
for the sky, for Hyrule, and for the underground. It's Elden Ring size, and that blew me away. I'm like, that is insane for a Zelda game. That's huge.
That is huge.
That is incredible. And I can say, first thing I did when I got out of the starting place and I could see the map, I zoomed out, and by the time I was zoomed out, my like indicator on the map was like
Just tiny.
just tiny. So like I was like, whoa. It is super cool.
How's it perform?
So I have the first Switch. So far I've had no problems. There have been like once or twice where like say if I am fighting more than like say like a big group of people and like they all attack me.
Frame rates drop.
There's like tiny bits.
It's got nothing to do with your Switch because all the Switches
All
have
the
not
Switches-
gotten any sort of
yeah.
hardware upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
All
just
Switches including
if
the OLED are
anything,
the same
if
hardware.
anything,
Okay.
maybe better battery in the newer ones.
Or same
And
specs, I should.
yeah, and then OLEDs have just the screen and the
I have heard the
Yeah.
OLED sounds better.
Oh, and battery.
Battery
Yeah.
life,
Yeah,
and you get more screen.
because
Yep.
it's an OLED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get,
And
you get a
now-
slightly
That's just
larger
because it's
screen.
an OLED. It's got nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah,
it's
and-
just because it's an OLED and
That's
the
why it's
sound-
only $50 or $80 more.
yeah, and the reason why the sound is a lot better on the OLED is because the speakers are much bigger on the OLED.
Yeah.
they're like right across.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like the OLED. Honestly, because I've already had two Switches or one Switch prior to the one I have now, which is the Animal Crossing Edition one.
yeah.
So I got
You
that
have
one.
a Switch?
Shut up.
No, I'm no bullshit. I don't think I ever knew that you had one because you just don't ever talk about it.
Yeah, because I have a PS5 and a PC And Destiny, the game that is right behind us, has consumed my life.
Which is why I never knew that you had one.
Yes, I've had a Switch. I have like tons of games.
I didn't.
I have like I have so many games on that goddamn Switch, and I still haven't played half of them.
Except for Pikmin.
Dude, I rocked Pikmin. And when
Are you getting Pikmin
comes
4?
out, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mention Pikmin, he just goes off.
I don't know why. Why?
Have you played it?
Why?
I played it. It's
Dude,
good.
Pikmin fucks. Pikmin's a lot of fun.
I fuck with that game so hard.
Is
I
it the
don't know
Animal
what it
Crossing
is.
OLED one?
There was no Animal Crossing OLED.
I thought
No,
Oh, that's right.
There was an
pardon me.
Animal Crossing Switch, but there's no OLED Animal
Yeah.
Crossing.
Oh,
The
pardon me.
There's Pokemon, Splatoon,
The only OLED was the Pokemon one.
and Splatoon.
Oh, and Splatoon. Yes, you're right.
And
you're right.
and now the Zelda one.
So,
Wait, there was a Zelda one?
There's a Zelda OLED.
you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh,
I
dude.
didn't see it. I didn't even know.
It's alright.
Let me see. I know this is boring for you guys, but I really need to see this. Search it up yourself. That thing looks sick!
Right?
Bro, I would have fucking picked that up.
Mm,
I would have traded mine in for it.
it's nice. Yeah.
They were pricing it at $49.99, and then just before it came out, they dropped it to $4.69.
Really?
Yeah.
So to answer your guys' question though, the game is fine. There's a few points, but this goes back to I guess a thorn that I've had with Nintendo is their games are only getting better and better and better, and they just haven't really upgraded their Switches.
That's not
Okay.
true.
You are just getting to this.
No.
I wouldn't say they're getting better and better and better. I think Zelda just got better because of what it is.
Mm.
No, even
Yeah.
well, I mean, when
Mario has stayed the same for forever.
Well, it's fucking Mario. That's
but,
why.
Yes, Mario has stayed the same forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, the 3D Mario's have gotten a bit better.
3D Mario was a Wii U game.
It was no, but
Mario
I'm talking
3D
about
World?
Bowser's Fury.
They just kind of added that on.
True, but it was really, really good for the just for the maps, for everything. It looked phenomenal. But when it comes to
That's just like a better picture of it. That's
man, I would fuck that. But Pokemon, I mean, shit on Pokemon all you want. I shit on it too. But the fact that they went from like a top down, right, to like an open world to now like they're
I
constantly.
mean,
updating
okay,
it.
I'll give Pokemon that too.
And it's shit. It's still shit.
Actually,
Don't get me
Metroid
wrong.
Dread was
Metroid
another
Dread,
one,
right?
yeah.
We're getting the games are getting.
sorry, not getting like they're slowly getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're not monumental changes, especially
Can you
from like
just
generation
imagine
to
if their
generation.
hardware was better?
But if their hardware was
That
better-
is my point, right? Is this current Switch has been alive for what, 7 years, 6 years?
7,
7 years.
7, 8, 7, almost 8.
7.
Is 7? Yeah,
Yeah.
7.
Are we?
I think this holiday it'll be. Isn't it?
No, it came out in February.
Oh, right, you are
Yeah,
right.
the
You
Switch
are
came out in
right.
February.
So
You're
next
right. So it is-
February it'd be 8 or
Yeah.
7.
Next it'll be 8.
Yeah. So this begs my question. I was gonna get this. I was gonna sacrifice, and I was gonna live on the street for a bit, and I was gonna get this. But my question is, do you guys think that next year they'll drop like a
No.
Switch 2?
Nope.
No.
I
don't
think we
think
got 2, 3 more.
What
years.
I see the Switch being is what the Wii was. And the Wii went on for 10 to 12 years because it sold so fucking well. And then they did the Wii U, which was a super disappointment because all it was the Wii again, just with a tablet controller.
It was like the first Switch.
And it was HD. That's all they did.
Mhm.
They didn't really change like slight upgrades just so they could give people what they wanted, which was like an HD version of the Wii.
Yeah.
But it was garbage because companies didn't want to develop for
If-
the tablet controller. They fucking hated it,
Yeah.
and they were like trying to optimize for this system was garbage.
Yep.
And the Wii U only lasted maybe 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it wasn't
Flops.
that long. And then they came
Like-
out with the Switch, and the Switch. I honestly think the Switch was Nintendo's.
The Wii U was like a beta test for the Switch.
Yes, but I think that Switch, if the Switch didn't take off, I don't think Nintendo would be as. I think they would have shrunk in size so heavily.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
Did
the
we
Wii
talk
made,
about-
the Wii made them so much fucking money.
it did. No, but the fact that they went on for a decade, and then for 5 years
You
they
can-
made little to no money because the Wii U
No,
undersold.
you can look this up. I'm pretty sure there was a statement where they're like, they sold so much of the Wii and so much shit for the Wii that they would have been good for like 10, 15 years.
Really?
Yep.
I just find it hard to believe that they put all that money into the Wii U and it undersold so heavily.
I don't think
They lost so much.
I don't think they put that much money into the Wii U.
You really
I
don't think?
really don't think they did, man.
Dude, that was the beta test for the Switch, like he said.
Yeah.
And I think it did cost them a lot of money because they had to manufacture all that shit.
I mean, they definitely lost money, but I don't think it was incremental to them. They didn't really care all that
Really?
much. I don't think they cared that much.
I
Man.
feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Nintendo makes a lot of money from other things, including merch, and let's say
Yeah.
even like trading cards and all that kind of shit. They make so much money from that shit. Wait, do they make money from their trading cards from Pokemon's?
I think they must have some sort of a game freak. or yeah.
Something, right? Yeah, but like I feel like they were hurting for a little bit, and I think if the Switch flopped, they might have only had one more generation. I don't think they would like the Switch cost them so much money.
Did we talk about last week how
No, we didn't.
No? Okay. So last week, I don't know if it was last week, but I'll just go back
The
here.
Switch sales are at 130 million.
122.55 million units in its
They're about
lifetime.
37 million units away from being the top-selling console.
They have surpassed the Game Boy. They are
They surpassed Wii.
Yeah, they are underneath the DS, and they are 30 million units away from surpassing the PS2.
How much is the Wait? Oh, was the PS2 the highest?
155 million plus.
159.
Yeah. Yeah.
PS2 was 159 million.
So they are 30 million units away, roughly, from surpassing that and becoming the most game system units sold in like ever.
Damn.
Now that is a statement. That's a statement.
How many did they sell last year? Can you search that up? Like I would love to see
last year
what they are year over year because I know that they sell really good every year, but I just don't know how well they sell worldwide every year, and I would love to know that.
My question is, if you don't have a Switch yet,
The base Switch model sold 6.14 million units.
Are they counting Switch and OLED together?
54.7. No, they're just talking about the base Switch model. So it was a 54.7% decrease
From the prior
over the
year?
past fiscal year. Yeah.
Okay,
Light
so
sold 29.
so question is,
sold well.
Do you want me to do Switch versus OLED sales?
is the one that you were looking at, is that base Switch or is that Switch as a whole?
Switch as a whole.
Switch Lite, Switch OLED, Switch.
Switch as a whole.
Okay.
I think they do the Lite as its own separate. Yeah,
No.
here, look, here. So Switch 5.2 million, Switch OLED 7.69 million, and
No,
then
that's
last
just
year.
for 2023.
That's for 2023.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So like,
they're counting it as a whole.
as a whole.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah.
So they made, how many did they sell last
If
year
it's-
total? So 2 plus so 9.69 we're looking at. Okay, so about 15 million. 15 million last year. So on this track they need how many? How many more Switches do they need? How many more years would they need? They're selling 15.
Either
They need
2 years. Provided people don't slow down buying a Switch.
true 2 to 3 years.
Because it's been out for a while. Like, and when people start to realize that a system's been out for a while, they kind of just don't. Especially when there's no price decrease. If they drop the price this year during holiday sales, you'll see a lot more units get sold. For sure, you will.
It begs the question that like will the sales keep up?
Because it's been 6 years and they haven't done a price drop.
No, never done a price drop.
The
Never.
Wii they did.
The Wii
They
did.
dropped it by like $100.
Yep. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Every console's gone down in sale.
Yeah.
You even see, I mean, to be fair, the PS5 really wasn't on sale, but it kind of was. Like with God of War, the God of War.
The God of
bundles.
War one went on sale for sure.
It went
for
on
the
sale,
discount.
but it was never reduced past the price of base PS5.
Not for the holiday season, but just this past March and February,
Yeah.
it dropped down to $669 from $729.99.
But the
And base model is $649.99.
$649. So it's never dropped below though. Is what I'm saying. It
No,
was
but
$659.
for a console that comes bundled with like a $90 game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong, it's a good price, but they've never gone for a sale past base price, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like,
Well, I mean, it's
especially
only been out for 3 years.
true.
It's only
Coming out.
This November will be, because it came out 2020, 21, 22. This will be for year 4 come November.
Yeah, this will come year
Yeah.
4. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how the sales go, but that is very impressive. I
Like a
don't,
lot of people want Nintendo just like upgrade and compete.
True.
They do.
no, if they came up with a Switch 2 and the Switch 2
And just make everything on Unreal Engine 5.
regardless, if they made Switch 2, they allowed you to keep your entire catalog and go forward, and they upgraded specs, the Switch 2 may beat out every next gen console. And I have no doubt about it.
That's a hot take, but
I don't even think it's a hot take. Is it that hot of a take?
So here, the Switch just leaped over both the Game Boy and PS4 to become the third best-selling console of all time. The console sold 122.55 million units overall as the end of 2022. So that's last year. It did that. Nintendo has Switch unit sales for the ninth month period ending December 31st dropped to 14.91 million from 18.95 the year before, and revenue declined 5.6% for the fiscal year ending in March. I saw something that said, here. Nintendo's issues likely boil down to its aging hardware, as we talked about. As well, buyers are going for the latest OLED model than the older Switch and Switch Lite models, seeing a decline. The Switch is now relatively underpowered compared to the latest Xbox Series and PS5.
Relatively?
It's
Relatively.
significantly.
Yeah.
Relatively is like saying
I
oh,
would
the
say
iPhone
relative.
8 is
No,
decent
relatively
compared to
only
iPhone
is
14.
relatively is significant to not. So sorry. It's relatively is relative to the PS4 and Xbox One consoles. That's where I would use relatively weaker.
Bang on.
Compared to the
Bang on.
PS5 to the current consoles of Xbox Series
They're like
X
left in the dust.
and PS5, it is
Not even close.
significantly weaker.
Not even close.
That's a who wrote this art? Engadget?
Beat their ass.
Yeah. Anyways, we're reading Engadget's article. Relatively is not correct, buddy.
It's gonna call them out.
Significantly.
Relatively
Significantly
is
is the
not
word.
correct. Whoever wrote this, whoever did the editing, should have changed that to significantly.
Nintendo will have to sell around 33 million more units to surpass the PlayStation 2. Yeah.
So if they were to sell about 50 million this year and 50 million next year, then they would do it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying 2 years. But if they're seeing a decline in their sales, then it might take them 3 to 4 years to surpass PS2.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, Sony should just be like, hey, we're re-releasing the PS2 with a bunch of the best games for it. Here you go. All on disc and the same hardware.
I wouldn't even lie. I would buy that in a
So would I.
fucking heartbeat.
So would I.
We talked about this.
Fucking
Me and Andre talked about this. Like, that was golden age of games.
Yeah.
PS2 was golden age.
All the PS2 best-selling games.
Best RPGs,
Oh,
PS2.
Dude, you
Hands
kidding?
down.
You kidding me?
Best RPGs was a PS2 hand down.
Yeah, it was.
And then
It
you
was.
got games like Devil May Cry. Oh, hey. Then you got games like Devil May Cry and fucking Marvel Ultimate Alliance and shit. Like, yeah.
Jack and Daxter.
Yup.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yup.
Insane. Those games were phenomenal. And if they re-released the PS2, it would be over. I don't think I would be going back to PC and or the PS5.
Oh, dude.
No.
It would just be PS2.
It'd be
for like
the
3
PlayStation
years
2,
solid.
a bag of chips, and Mountain Dew all day. That's all it'd be.
He's taking it back to his
That's all it'd
back to
be.
his fucking
His childhood.
Yeah.
Teenager. Back to the teenagers.
But do you guys think that if they put some serious hardware into the Switch, it could compete?
Easily.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
That'd be a significant amount of money Nintendo would have to put out.
Yes.
For sure. And if the games reflected that with the hardware, then yes, they would compete.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They would
But
have
again,
to,
Nintendo's always come up like, we don't compete, we just do our own thing.
it's true.
They always do their
sit
own
in there,
bullshit.
They are the kid that sits in the corner and does their own thing, and like the other two are trying to duke it out. And at this point, Xbox is just the kid that's getting beat the shit out of. He's
Yeah.
on the ground, bloody, just like almost dead.
And like the Switch is like, I'm good, man. I don't want nothing to do with you.
I don't want nothing to
They're
do
the
with you.
spectators watching them get
Yeah.
Like, that's what's happening.
Sony's just beating the shit out of Xbox, and Xbox is like just almost is near death.
Yeah.
They're so close.
Phil Spencer even came out and was like, we lost, man.
Did he say that?
He's like, we lost the race. Like, he full on admitted, like, we can't compete at this point.
Where did it go wrong?
Xbox One.
You think so?
Yeah.
Think so?
I'm just
No,
asking.
dude, this is a solid fact.
That's a fact.
Is
It's
it
a
really?
solid fact.
Yeah.
When the Xbox One got announced, and they announced what they wanted to do for it, automatic loss.
What's the
The amount of pre-orders that got canceled and people went to pre-order the PS4, crazy.
Yo, it was
crazy.
It's
Because they were like, oh, Xbox One. They didn't focus on games. They focused on entertainment value. TV, movies, connectivity with friends and family. They're like, Connect will always be there with it. It's always got to be online. People hated that shit.
And the Connect, like, legitimately was one of the things that sunk them.
Now, there was one thing that they said about the Xbox One, which was, and the games to go with it, which was very, what is this?
We'll go for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say it out loud.
The one thing that they were advertising was like, okay, if you take a game and you give it to your friend, you have to pay a small fee, which we will give directly to the developers.
Wait, what?
Yep, that's what they said. Which I was like, okay, you know what? That's kind of cool because developers don't really see a whole lot of that money. Once the game is sold and they've done their units, they don't really see anything else. A lot of it goes to the publisher.
Yeah.
But they were willing to be like directly to the developers.
Yeah.
Which, okay, cool. But but the way they were marketing their shit, people were like, fuck this. We don't want this.
It's true. Yeah, no, the way they marketed was just horrible. I don't.
The always on, the Connect always on, that people were like,
people
privacy.
hate that.
The whole like camera coverings that people were selling for that shit was insane.
The one saving grace.
Ma'am, you're right in the picture.
Hi, Kona.
Okay.
The one saving grace for Xbox was Game Pass.
I still feel like it is to this day.
I don't. I think it's gonna hurt them.
No.
I already think it is hurting them.
It 100% is.
I don't think it's a saving for people. Okay, for consumers, it's perfect.
It's the only reason to have Xbox.
But you don't need Xbox.
You can have it on the PC.
You can have it on PC. You can have it on your phone.
Yes.
You can have it on your tablet.
Yes.
You don't need an Xbox.
People don't.
Calm down.
People who don't have enough money
chill.
People who don't have enough money to buy a PC or get a decent gaming PC,
use your phone,
or want something that's simple.
Phone.
Backbone.
Sure, but you want to have something that you can play on a TV. You want to have something that you can have like at home, like that.
But you
more
can
of a
move your phone.
based.
You can move your phone stuff to your TV now.
Sure, but it's always going to have that lag there. It's never going to be perfect. You're always going to have delay.
I think some smart TVs can actually have Game Pass now.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
But like it's never perfect. It's never.
How is it never perfect? Because Game Pass, all Game Pass is streaming.
Yes,
that's all it is.
Yes,
you could just stream your games.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying that can't you download them too?
You can.
Yeah, you can download them. If you have the Xbox, you can download them, and they play much better.
And if you have PC, you can download them.
Yes, and if you have PC.
Yeah.
But back to my point, like if you want a console that's gonna work, you're gonna and you want the Xbox for whatever reason because you have some delirious fucking idea that the Xbox is the best console that you want, the GOAT. You get it and you get Game Pass, right? That's the only income that Xbox is getting at this point.
That's the only incentive for them to have their consumers.
Yes.
But now Sony's kind of doing that kind of shit, but they're not putting their
mainline
day one selling games on there right away.
Because
they would lose money.
Because it's stupid. Yeah,
it is stupid.
It's an idiotic thing to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Microsoft has done.
Yeah, it's I don't understand.
And they can't go back now because if they did, they would lose a lot of subscribers.
Yeah,
they would 100% lose a lot of subscribers. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Me and him have talked about this.
We talked about this. So now, okay, so I have a question for you guys. Do you think we are coming into an age of gaming where handheld is almost kind of like becoming the norm?
No.
Because we have, we have the Switch, we have the Steam Deck, and then,
okay, hold on.
Okay, you can't even say handheld is coming. There was the Game Boy. There was the Game Boy Color. We had Game Boy Advance. We had the DS, DS Lite, 3DS, new 3DS. We had the PSP, motherfucker, which was the greatest handheld of all time, in my opinion.
Not true.
The PS Vita.
Not true. It was mid. Sports time.
You clearly never owned one then.
I have one. Kidding.
Lies.
It's
Switch,
blue.
Lame.
The Switch is probably the best handheld.
It's not, you can't call it a handheld because people call it a home console.
So now we're on that topic.
No, we're not. It's not a topic. It's a hybrid console. That's what they called it.
Sure, it's a hybrid console, but it is mainly the unit itself, like the entire power of the unit. If you take the dock away,
how many times have you taken your Switch out to play on the handheld?
Tons
how many times?
Tons of times. Oh, you're going.
That's
I'll turn it back on.
like honestly, just give me a percentage.
Percentage?
Yeah.
More in handheld. I think it's probably a 75-25.
I prefer it in handheld.
I prefer it in handheld.
Yeah.
I don't usually play it on
I
TV.
guarantee most people, a lot of it is probably 50-50.
Then why'd you get a Switch then?
You can play it on TV.
Then just get a console.
It is a console.
I know. But I personally think the Switch was made for like handheld stuff, like
No.
so you could leave the house.
They wanted to give people the option.
I know.
But it was...
Which is why they made the Switch Lite.
Mhm.
So if people wanted handhelds, they could. But
he's
does
right-
the Switch
he's
Lite
right.
does the Switch Lite sell?
Sure,
Not as
it-
much as the Switch or the OLED.
Sure, but that's because the screen is so fucking small, you can't see jack
But
shit. and
if
it
you
looks
want
like
just
garbage.
handheld, why not just do the Switch Lite?
Because it's smaller, it doesn't feel as good in your hands.
But
and,
you're paying significantly more for
And
a
if you're-
feature you're never fucking gonna
and
use.
if your Joy-Cons break, you have to replace the entire unit. There's so many other things outside of the fact that it's handheld.
You're already spending $100 on fucking Joy-Cons anyway. What does it matter?
Because spending another $260 on another Switch Lite that's broken is significantly more than $100 for a set of Joy-Cons.
People going through Joy-Cons like crazy, bro.
Yeah,
True.
and people are going through Switch Lites like crazy.
No, they're not.
People with Switch Lites come back all the time, and they
No, they
were-
don't.
Yeah,
They barely come back.
no, with Drift. Oh,
Barely,
man. There's
man.
so many people have had Drift.
Barely.
Yeah, because the people who get the Switch Lites
The
don't claim
percentage
them.
of a Switch Lite coming back is much smaller than Joy-Cons coming back. I can guarantee you
Oh,
that.
sure, yeah, because the sales numbers reflect that.
You can just look at the defect numbers.
Yeah, but the sales number, like, okay, if you have 100 million Switches out there and you have 2 million Switch Lites, the amount of Switch Lites that are going to come back are going to be significantly less, 98% less than Joy-Cons. That is mathematical. That is how math works.
Sure, but, which means you're spending more money on Joy-Cons though.
Sure, but at least you can replace it instead of having to replace your whole unit. My whole point.
Most people swapping out Joy-Cons like 2-3 times in a year.
Sure, and if the same
That's
amount
the same amount of money you would spend on a Switch Lite anyway.
if somebody's switching out their Joy-Cons 2-3 times a year, they're heavy gamers.
If you're doing a Switch Lite once a year, that's less than you would swap out a Joy-Con.
If you're playing it for the same amount of time, I can guarantee you it'll probably break down the exact same because the
I
build
don't-
is the exact
yeah.
same. The Joy-Cons are the exact same. It's the exact same hardware.
I don't think. No, it's not, man.
It literally is. They just took out the whole
Computer man,
movement.
look it up.
They took out the whole movement. That's
IT
it.
tech support. Look, you're not even Indian. Doesn't work.
They took out the whole movement. That's
Hello.
the only difference between the Joy-Cons. But the thing with the Switch is the Switch. I feel like I'm
Wait,
with him.
Is the Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch same software? Like, what would you hardware?
It is same
Hardware,
hardware.
yeah, hardware-wise, they're exactly the same.
They're exactly
Oh,
the
then
same.
what did you want me to look up?
The Joy-Con.
Joy-Con versus like Joy-Con coming back compared to Switch Lites coming back.
I would just no. That I mean, yeah.
Drifting on Switches compared to Joy-Cons.
Sure.
I don't know.
Joy-Con
Drifting on Switch
defects.
Lites. Drifting on Switch Lite compared to Joy-Cons. Sure. But to be fair, I'm with him on the point that that it was the Switch was built to be a mobile console.
No, it was meant to be a hybrid console. That's what they said when they brought it out.
Yes. Okay.
Otherwise, they would not have made the Switch Lite, dude. They would not have made the Switch Lite if people were wanting more of a mobile thing. They made the Switch Lite for people that just wanted a handheld,
yes, but
not wanting to pay $400 for a fucking system that they were
but the
just going to
build
use as a handheld.
the hardware is literally reflects that the fact that you don't have any processing upgrades when you dock it. It's literally just a plastic dock that ports it to your
Yeah.
right. The whole unit itself is made like all the hardware on the unit is made so that it can be like played handheld.
On the go.
Yes, on the
Yeah.
go.
This is nice.
Why are you looking?
You're not even looking at this shit.
He's
I
looking
did.
at
You to look up.
Monster
I did.
Hunter.
Look at
Look.
a different color.
I did.
And what's the answer?
I don't really. I said Joy-Con defects versus Switch Lite defects. I
And
don't.
what came up?
Drift. I wouldn't even say
Yeah.
defect. Say
Yeah.
drift.
Well, that's the main thing is like Joy-Con drift, and that's kind of it. I went down and like I see Joy-Con drift a lot, so I assume that's like see Joy-Con drift.
Joy-Con drift, on
Drift.
Switch Lite.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
I'm just asking.
You can even just look up drift on Switch. I have to call it Joy-Cons. There's no Joy-Cons.
On Switch Lite or just
Yeah, on Switch Lite.
why so mad?
Because that's a major thing.
Heated right
we
now.
already know. Yeah,
Heated.
we're heated. We're heated. It's
Does
hot.
Joy-Con drift happen on Switch Lite? Joy-Con drift has been an issue for many Switch fans since its launch, and unfortunately, it affects Nintendo Switch Lite owners as well. I'll just click the link and we'll go from there.
Probably good.
What?
Do the research. We're gonna keep talking about it.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I think that the Switch is mainly a mobile console personally, just because I think that the fact that you can put it to the TV is almost secondary to the fact that you can take it mobile. I think it's proprietarily a mobile console. It is a hybrid console, but it was manufactured with the idea that it is going to be put onto your TV less.
Oh,
Because if it
I don't even.
If it was put
that's
to your
literally
TV
not why
more-
they made it though.
If it was
They
put to
wanted to give you the option.
Yes.
And they literally stated that it's a hybrid console that you can either play at home or you can take on the go with you. Hence why they made the Switch Lite for people
They
that
gave
wanted
you-
to pay cheaper
they gave
and
you
wanted to
hold
take it on the go.
They gave you a plastic dock with a wire that ports to your
Yes.
TV.
Yes.
That's it.
So
that is
you
it.
So you have the option to take it on the go with you.
Yes, they gave you the option, but they didn't do any significant upgrades. If they wanted to do it like
If they wanted it to be a mobile console, they wouldn't have given you a dock.
I didn't say no. I didn't say that it's just a. I didn't say it's proprietarily a.
No, you
mobile
said
console.
primarily a
It's
mobile console.
primarily.
Yeah, exactly. And if they
Primarily.
wanted it to be primarily a mobile console, then they would have just brought out the Switch on its own with the Joy-Cons. That was it. Which is why they did the Switch Lite.
No. Why wouldn't they give you the option?
Because it's primarily a mobile console, like you said.
Yeah, it's primarily. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
secondarily.
The primary focus is that it's a mobile console.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
one of the most common problems that the Lite faces is drift, as they all do. That's kind of
That's what I've been saying.
that's what I've
That's what I've
found.
been saying.
I
They
wasn't
get
disagreeing with you.
drift.
I was saying okay.
At the same rate that the regular Joy-Cons get
You're
drift.
getting off the that. I wasn't disagreeing with you. I wasn't disagreeing saying that it didn't have drift. What I was saying was that the drift, like people would bring back Joy-Cons more and buy more
Yes.
Joy-Cons
Yes.
within a year than they would a Switch
Because how
Lite.
many regular Switches are there out there compared to Switch Lites?
That doesn't even matter.
Why wouldn't that matter?
That doesn't even matter.
Why would that not matter? If you're getting more Switch Joy-Cons, return, because there are 150 times the amount of Switches out there.
Let's forget the
Compared to
number.
Switch
If there was
Lites.
just one Switch in the world, one Switch Lite in the world,
Yes.
and there's homie's buying more Joy-Cons than he would be buying a fucking Switch Lite. In a year.
Are you talking about defective? Defective Joy-Cons that come with drift.
He'd be buying more Joy-Cons than they would be buying a Switch Lite. They'd be spending more money on Joy-Cons.
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true. Joy-Con drift is so apparent on even the Switch Lite that the Switch Lites, it's the most common problem on Switch Lites. It's the most common problem on the regular Switch and Switch Lites. Why? Because they come at the same rate. They're the same exact hardware, other than the motion. That is it. But the motion doesn't matter. The motion controls aren't what makes Joy-Con drift happen. The actual build is what.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are the exact same build for the Joy-Cons on the Switch Lite and the Joy-Cons on the Switch. Exact to a T. So why wouldn't they
See,
get
that's true.
Joy-Con drift? Other than the movement controls, they are the exact same.
So what is it?
If the build for Switch Lites and Joy-Cons are exactly the same.
As the normal Switch.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
No, it doesn't even matter if it's a Switch. It's just Joy-Cons. If they're the exact same build as the Switch Lite.
Are the
controls.
Joy-Cons on the Switch Lite the same as the regular Joy-Cons?
Okay.
But yeah, I'm almost positive in the fact that it is that case. I'm almost positive. I really now.
Hey, look, I don't want to keep talking about Joy-Cons for the next fucking hour because this is what this has turned into now. I think we went on for like 20 minutes, half an hour just talking about fucking Joy-Cons.
Once we get this answer,
is that the whole length of the podcast?
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we haven't been talking about that for 44 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's been like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Are the Joy-Cons on the Switch Lite the same build as the
Switch Lite controls.
Switch Lite controls?
You could have also just typed in if the Joy-Con builds exactly the same as Switch Lite controls. Less words.
Well, it's the same thing. Let's just search it. But yes, I guess we should probably move on to our next big topic, which is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is that our next big topic?
Yes. What else are we going to talk about?
I click that link. If
What does it say?
Replace the 4 directional buttons on the Joy-Con with a traditional D-pad. So it's literally instead of the individual buttons on the left Joy-Con for the controls, it's a D-pad, which is identical. It's just a D-pad now, traditional D-pad.
it was like one thing.
Yeah, one
instead of like buttons.
Yeah, one
Yeah, okay,
cross, basically. And it's the exact same thing. Same inputs, same everything. The builds are identical. From the Switch Lite to the. Why would they remanufacture or redesign the entire thing? They literally did the whole point of it
Because they wanted to save money.
You think they would rebuild the entire technology to save money?
What are you talking about?
Why would they redesign the entire Joy-Con to save money? The Joy-Con build is the exact same. They just removed the Joy-Con.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why they would save money that way.
I mean,
putting the exact same style into the Switch Lite.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah.
That's my whole point, that's why they get, Switch Lites still get Joy-Con drift at the exact same rate the regular Joy-Cons do. Because they're the exact same build, the exact same parts, the exact same things that can go wrong on the Joy-Cons can go wrong on the Switch Lite. That was my whole point. That's why they can still get Joy-Con drift. The reason
we need to look up if the return rate is the same, because I'm very curious. We're moving past Nintendo.
Sure, we'll talk about this.
We've been talking about Nintendo for like 20, 30 minutes now.
Sure. Let's get on to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Why can't we?
Shut up.
I mean, you can look it up if you want to.
Why can't we just keep talking about it?
Shut up. I don't want to listen to you.
This is why we cut you out.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm okay with it. I just sit here and I just listen to you two go at it.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, what do you guys think?
Mid.
Honestly.
It's okay.
Mid.
You didn't like it, eh?
I'm joking. I loved it.
Yeah? Really? Why?
That was fantastic. I don't know. I think it wasn't over. So I'm gonna compare it to something that I think is kind of similar in a sense, which
Thor 2.
Thor Love and Thunder?
Thor Love and Thunder.
Thor Dark World.
Shut up.
Greatest movie of all time.
Greatest movie of all time. Thor Love and Thunder is the reason I want to compare it to that is only because they're similar in the sense that they're comedies and actions with story in between, right? Like that's exactly how like the story.
So you're comparing Guardians 3 to Thor Love and Thunder.
Yes.
But we shit on Thor Love and Thunder. Are you gonna shit on
Guardians?
Yeah.
No. And the reason I won't is because I think that they did James Gunn did a much better job.
Oh, so you're saying it took what Thor could have been. It made it better.
And made it way better.
Oh, okay.
I think it was fun. I think it was
sad.
It was sad. I think it was action packed. I think
mystery.
Mystery. It had a lot. It had almost everything. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie. It definitely isn't. I would say that it is. You having troubles with the door?
I got it. That door's kind of fucked.
But I think that when it comes to Guardians, they just did everything better. Like what? Like in a sense, this movie isn't. I don't want to say that this is the perfect Marvel movie, and it wasn't. There's loads of.
This has been one of the best Marvel movies in a while.
In a while,
Really?
I will say that. Yeah, in a while. Compared to, what would you say is better?
Thor Dark World, bro.
Shut up. What would you say was better in the last year? Bar Spider-Man. We bar Spider-Man because that movie is
fan service.
It's fan service.
Well, no, Spider-Man was also the end of that last phase. That was the last movie of like the Infinity War whole phase.
Yeah. So what do we have? What do we have this?
I personally like
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that's
Doctor
I was going to put Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange. I would say Guardians was better than Shang-Chi.
Wakanda Forever.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Wakanda's up there. Wakanda's definitely up there. And I think it's only because they did something with the fact that Chadwick Boseman died, the fact that they were able to come out with something that good with their main star dying, that's pretty
in production of film.
That's impressive to say the absolute least. That's what I'll have to say. But Guardians is phenomenal. Like, Guardians is probably up there, top 2 of this phase, easily. And I know that's not saying much because this phase hasn't been obviously the best, but it is hands down better than most of the movies.
What's 2 then? If you said that's like top, what's below that?
No, I'd say top 2. I'd say it's right up there with Wakanda Forever.
Oh, okay, pardon me.
Right up there.
Okay.
Everything else is way below.
I'd probably put
Shang-Chi is probably 3rd for me.
I'd probably put Guardians, Wakanda, and Shang-Chi all in like a ball and just have that as like my top 3 favorite.
Like Shang-Chi, Wakanda Forever,
4.
Doctor Strange, Thor, Guardians.
Why are you memeing right now? Why can't you be? Why can't you ever give an honest opinion?
That was an honest opinion.
No, it's not. You can't even fucking keep a straight face right now.
I smile all the time, though.
Shut the fuck up.
I do.
I hate him so much because he always
go back and look at the past videos.
He always does
all
this.
The time.
He always does this.
I can't explain it. I just didn't like Guardians that much. I don't know why.
Like comparatively to Doctor Strange.
It wasn't as good, and I can't explain it.
You need to watch it again.
If I watch that again, you gotta watch Full Metal again.
Dude, that's way more hours. What the fuck? You just said I'm gonna watch a 2.5-hour movie. You watch 40 hours of fucking anime. What kind of comparison is that? The fuck?
I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing.
He's memeing on me. I get it.
I know how he is memeing though. That's why it's really funny.
No, but
give me some.
But at the same time,
I didn't think he pulled off.
Why didn't you like it that much?
I can't explain it, bro. I just didn't.
Didn't like anything about it?
It was okay.
I think he fell asleep at like several points, to be honest. Actually,
I don't know if you watched the whole thing.
I mean, did I pay attention? Did you pay attention when you watched Full Metal?
Yes, 100%.
All of it?
All of it. Every single part.
And did you like it though? Actually, you said last time you didn't like it.
No, I didn't. I don't say I didn't like it. I'm saying it's not as good as I would say like everything else is. I'm not saying it's not bad.
But why?
I just didn't connect with the characters. I didn't connect with the development of the characters. I didn't connect with the story very much. And that was just for me.
Why didn't you connect though?
That's something that I can't pinpoint. But I know that it's something to do with the characters, and I know it's something to do with the story, and I know it's something to do with the character development in the show that I didn't vibe with that much. And it's not a bad anime. I never said it was a bad anime, and I never will say it's a bad anime. It is a decent anime in my eyes. It's not bad. I give it like maybe a 7 out of 10.
That's how I feel about Guardians.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't vibe with anything. But after like the first...
okay. Drax and Mantis.
Drax, Mantis,
they have the best relationship.
Oh yeah,
they have the best relationship.
Oh yeah, I think they do such a good job at carrying the comedic points in the whole thing, in the whole movie.
I would say so. I would say so.
I think they are the comedic highlights.
They were the duo.
Yeah, they are
for
the
sure.
Duo. But when I was looking up, so like my whole plan actually was to come on here and was to kind of be like, it wasn't that great, and then I actually went online and read reviews of all the people that said it was bad from like Rotten Tomatoes.
Was it because they were shitting on Chris Pratt?
No.
Oh.
No.
Did you say
the worst?
That's what I would have thought.
Did you just say Chris Pratt or Chris Pratt?
What do you think I said?
Pratt.
That would have been funny.
Chris Pratt?
I swear I heard you say Pratt and I was like, hold the fuck on.
All of the discredit was the fact this was the only thing I could see was there's too much CGI and too much fighting.
See, that's surprising because a lot of people shit on Chris Pratt, and I thought they would have hated on Chris Pratt.
That's what I thought.
Oh, so we're going back to fucking Demon Slayer and the Fish? Is that what we're going back to?
No, that was basically what it was. And I couldn't.
This is why I hate people.
There was literally a person who just said, "Oh, I was lazy," and I'm like, "In what way?" And there was no context. This was a critic that wrote this.
Hey man,
this was one of the top critics.
It was a little lazy.
It wasn't. It was lazy. It was a great movie. Phenomenal movie.
I hate you. Just so you're aware.
What did you think? Now I want to just hear your opinion because his opinion is just mute.
You mean moot?
Oh, did I say mute?
You said mute.
Oh, my bad. I meant moot. You're right.
How dare
I didn't
you?
mean moot.
How dare
Your
you?
point is moot.
That whole interaction was moot. Fuck.
What is your opinion on this
I liked
silent
it.
boy that hasn't talked for the entire fucking
Well,
podcast?
well,
Can
well-
you just fucking diss on him for just a bit?
What?
I'm joking.
You want to hear my opinion or not?
Fuck it up, boy.
Look, self man. I don't need your fucking backlash, right? Pratt, chill out.
Hey, I like Pratt better than Pratt.
I like self better than shelf. My voice is cracked. Shelf. I liked it. I thought, like I said, in the past Marvel films, like this one was I really think that was like the best ending for like a trilogy of Marvel that they've had in quite some time. Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like it hit
Yes.
all the emotions.
Yes.
There was 2 parts where I cried, which has never
Wait,
happened.
Iron Man 3?
Ooh, okay, hold on.
Did you say
Ooh,
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
great ending.
Captain America 3? Sorry.
No.
You can't even call it Captain America. It's just Civil War.
You can't. It's an Avengers.
It's not even
movie. That's an Avengers.
Yeah.
film.
100%.
There was no
Yeah.
trilogy for Captain America
Yeah.
because that was it, and if you do count that,
Thor
no
Ragnarok.
fucking shit. But
Wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not a trilogy anymore. It's a quad. It's a quad. How the fuck would you say that?
Quadruple?
Quadrilogy?
quadrilogy. I'm fucking with you on that shit, bro.
High five, God! Guys sitting there like this, like, what should you do? Quadrilogy?
Quadrilogy.
Okay, so is it
What has
is
a
it just
trilogy
Iron
right
Man
now?
then?
Iron Man.
Is it just Iron Man?
Yo, what the fuck?
Spider-Man.
No. What?
Yeah.
Is that? Yo, yeah, 3 movies.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Right?
Spider-Man's a tough one though.
Hold on. What else?
Spider-Man might take the cake. I don't think it's like.
Hulk doesn't have anything. Hawkeye doesn't have anything. Batman.
Okay, now let's bring up the 4
That's it.
trilogies.
Wow.
Let's
Yeah.
bring up the 4 trilogies that there really are technically, which is Captain America, Spider-Man.
Does Cap count?
It would, because they call it Captain
It
America
is
Civil
technically
War.
a Captain America movie.
Which is
Okay, so Cap,
Cap,
Iron Man,
Iron Man,
Spider-Man, Guardians. Okay.
That's it.
Those are the only
That's
trilogies.
it?
Those are the only trilogies.
Damn. Really? Huh.
That's 12 movies. They've released what, 24?
Wait, Doctor Strange? Wait.
No,
There's only 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
the third.
Ow.
Yeah, those are the
That's a
4
week.
trilogies.
Damn.
Okay, so sorry. I retract. That was the one of the best endings for trilogy to add to the 4.
If I was gonna put them in order,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
it's fucking hard.
Here we go.
It's fucking hard.
Can we all agree Spider-Man's first?
Spider-Man's first.
Yeah, okay.
It's not even. I don't even think it's a fucking question. Spider-Man's first.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a fucking question.
Thor.
Second
Shut the fuck up with
has
4.
to be
Dark World. Best movie.
Second, I think
Iron Man.
Captain America. Are you joking? Civil War is one of the greatest films.
Oof. I'm gonna fucking slap this kid.
Whoa. Hey, just I'll let you guys go at it.
No, because we've already had this, and I'm not gonna go on another.
Oh, you got. Oh, okay.
Wait. Did we talk about how
We talked about Civil War.
Do you think
and
Captain America is better? The Captain America trilogy is better than the Iron Man trilogy. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
The Captain America trilogy is better. In my
Captain America.
Okay.
Captain America.
Personally,
The
I
Winter
like-
Soldier. Fucked.
I personally, I like
So good.
Captain America better than Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Bang. So we can all agree that that's second then.
Okay, sorry. Spider-Man, Cap.
I say Guardians Iron Man. And that is not a diss on
Ooh.
Iron Man. I fucking love the Iron Man trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love the Iron Man trilogy. I love even 2.
See, I think I would put Iron Man and Captain America kind of together because Iron Man started out great, but then it started falling off slowly. Like Iron Man 2 was really good, but 3 ended really weak.
Which one? Iron Man?
Iron Man 3.
Yes, it did.
The 3 was really weak.
It was weak. Two,
Captain
the ending
America-
of 2 was weak.
Captain America started off okay.
The ending of 2
Winter Soldier was dope. Civil War was just.
I don't even.
know.
I
Like, it was good. It was
I
good.
would
but
say-
I don't.
I
consider
wouldn't
it a
say
Captain
dope.
America
I
movie.
wouldn't say
No, no,
dope. I'd
okay.
say like dope as shit.
I agree with you on the fact that I don't consider it a Captain America movie, but in the sake of argument,
It is. I get that.
right.
Yeah.
It is, and when we look at it as a whole from those 4 trilogies, I think it goes Spider-Man, Cap, and then it has to go the other 2, which I would put Guardians right up there. It's tough because
I would go Spider-Man, Guardians, and then Cap.
Oh, really? The only reason I put Guardians below is because I didn't like.
Yeah, I put Guardians second because the 3 was really good. The CGI was amazing. This guy, look at him.
So fucking
He's so
hard.
fucking upset.
So
He's
fucking
so
hard.
upset.
Fuck his ass.
The CGI was probably the best CGI in this entire phase. 100%.
Okay, so you're being completely honest in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just fucking with you.
Which was better though, the CGI in Guardians or the fish in Demon Slayer?
Yo, we gotta talk about this right after because that is so funny. The entire time those fish were coming out, I was thinking about
The
that.
fish.
But just shut your fucking mouth.
The fish
Shut your
takes
fucking
it.
mouth. Can you give your honest opinions on Guardians? Please, everyone. We're on a fucking podcast. You can meme on me all you want, but at least fucking give them your honest
Okay, no,
opinions.
the CGI was amazing. Like, out of this whole, now, not saying much because this phase of CGI has been fucking horrendous.
I give you that.
It's been fucking horrendous.
100%.
Black Panther was probably the next best thing,
I'll give
but
it to you,
even
yeah.
then, it still wasn't that good.
Yep.
Especially when the Midnight Angels came out.
Yep.
And Ironheart,
I give
like
it to you.
that looked like, yo, here's my fucking action figure. Throw it at him. That's what it felt like.
Here's my knockoff Power Ranger suit.
That's what it felt like.
I've
The
won-
Power Rangers CGI Megazord, that's what Ironheart felt like.
Normally we argue about things. I am 100% in agreement with everything you
Now
just
I have
Yeah.
a question. Now for
I was giving my opinion.
okay, sorry, go on. Oh wait,
No, go.
for CGI,
You barely ever talk, so you might as well talk now.
True. Wakanda. Could we also like factor in the dragon scene from Shang-Chi, or would you
The
put
dragon scene from Shang-Chi was pretty tight.
said. The rest of the movie had little to none.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They made the dragon and the demon bat
So
thing
at the end,
look really
so now
good.
Yes.
would you go Wakanda CGI better than Shang-Chi
No,
CGI?
no. The Shang-Chi CGI for that.
I can't even think. Sorry to cut you off, but I can't think of a single point in Shang-Chi where I didn't really like the CGI. And even the people who did point out one point where there was bad CGI and people were saying this was the bus scene.
Yes.
The bus scene was great though.
The
I
bus
had
scene.
no problems. I watched it 2 times.
I've seen it a couple times too, and I kind of see what they're saying with the bus scene
a little bit
because it felt
Maybe.
more like green screen, and you could kind of see it.
100%.
Yeah, you can kind of see it compared to the rest of the movie.
Sure.
Yeah,
But it wasn't bad. It was not bad.
It wasn't bad. No. It was like, for me, the best CGI about Wakanda was literally Shuri's Black Panther suit
Yep.
and her fighting Namor.
Yep.
That's where the CGI really only picked up.
And the underwater stuff.
Yeah, Namor's Underwater Kingdom was pretty
Yeah,
cool too.
yeah.
Yeah, but Guardians had the best CGI to date
Bar none.
out of all these past movies.
100%.
Okay.
Agree.
Out of all these
100%,
past movies.
100%.
So, okay, so CGI. Yep.
Yeah, CGI was good.
Okay.
The comedy duo between Drax and Mantis, fucking amazing.
The part where
Fuck.
Mantis and Nebula, so where her name?
They had really good chemistry
No.
for the back and forth of oh my god,
That argument.
the controversy that they
Yeah.
had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they were talking about how stupid he is, and he's like, "Guys, I'm right here."
Oh yeah,
That was
good.
so funny.
It's like forget.
Yeah.
Forget. I love
It's
how
perfect.
when at the end he's like, "You actually think?"
Yeah.
Actually,
he was so sad.
He's like, "You actually
He
think?"
was broken.
I know.
And then he says forget, and he just goes back.
He's like, "Ah, good. I'm strong." Okay,
so their thing was really good.
comedy.
Peter going through the shit he was going through.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Like his made so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, compared to this is where Taika Waititi and fucking James Gunn really separate, because James Gunn really took that continuity of Star-Lord being really hurt going forward, whereas Thor going through shit, even though he killed Thanos, all of a sudden he was good again.
Mm.
All of a sudden he was good after Endgame, where like the growth that he had out the fucking window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It shows you where like I think Taika Waititi's just too far up his own fucking ass. I really believe so. That he just made a movie like that.
I have no
Call
comment.
me okay.
I'll give it to you.
Call me crazy. The fact that Star-Lord was hurting from Gamora, and the part where Rocket was basically dead, and he's like, "I'm not gonna let go of my friend." Do you think the fact that he lost Gamora amplified that death more because he didn't want to?
100%.
And the directing,
Well, he even said it in the movie.
And the directing from James Gunn showed that. Okay,
Yeah.
and not only that, but it was amplified by the fact that Chris Pratt is fucking,
He's a fucking phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
This puts him on my top 10. He's a top 10 actor.
Yeah.
That scene,
Top 10
that
easy.
scene alone, where like he was pushing on her chest, and she's like, he's dead, and like he looks at her, and his eyes are red, and he's like, I'm not gonna let go.
He's like, I'm not letting him go.
And then when he screams, oh
I teared up, and that never really happens for
bro.
a movie. That really hit me. I was like, oh my,
Dude.
like I felt his pain when he screamed at her, and I'm like, whoa, like I have chills because it was so good.
Chris Pratt is undeniably one of the best actors.
He is
out
one of the
there.
best
And
actors. Yeah.
He portrayed that so well in a movie that's a fucking comedy action Marvel movie. Like, that is so hard to portray. Who was the last person who portrayed that much emotion in
Robert
a Marvel
Downey
movie?
Jr.
Robert Downey
That's
Jr.
exactly what I was
Robert
gonna say.
fucking Downey Jr.
Yeah.
When
Robert
you have
Downey
to
Jr.
compare
and
one...
I would say Chris Evans.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
with
if
the
you
Winter Soldier
if
shit.
you're putting Chris Pratt in with those two, that's saying something. That's saying, holy shit, this dude's top of his fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
He is so good.
I think Star-Lord's character growth of the 3 films and the whole saga has been so good to see.
Yes.
Because from the first film, he was kind of like a goofy guy, which I kind of thought, but as I've seen him, I'm like, no, this dude means business.
Yes, and I think his trilogy is. That's one thing I'll give. I give a pass to 2 on is his character development in that is still portrayed, and his character development throughout that trilogy is still so good and so raw.
Well, and 2 he had a very big revelation. Like, his dad was a fucking celestial of some sort, a big giant planet. He found out he was fucking half alien.
Yeah.
And then he found out that really the dude cared but didn't care because he caused cancer in his mom.
And then he had to essentially kill his dad.
Yeah.
Right? And then
well, I mean, at that point, he hated his dad because the dad didn't really care. Like, Ego didn't care about really anything except for him lasting longer.
Yeah, and then on top of all that, Yondu died, and Yondu
And he
legitimately cared about Star-Lord, right?
He lost
so
a
he
real-
lost essentially two parents in one film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So on top of all that, then we had Gamora's death, right? And now we're at Rockets, and just like the fact that he's still smiling and still Star-Lord after like losing all 3 of those people is just still, to what you said, crazy acting.
And I wanted to ask you guys. Sorry, a side tangent, but I want to ask you guys.
I love the CGI about the fish. Yeah, what else do you want to know?
No. This is slight spoilers for the end of the movie if you haven't watched it. Obviously, we've been going off about
Peter
a lot
died.
of stuff. Shut up. No, but skip forward like a minute. But
3, 2, 1.
when
Rocket died.
when Chris Pratt is now on Earth after the whole thing is done.
Whoa, dude, we're filming.
Shut the fuck up. and it goes through that, and then there's an end credit scene that says Star-Lord will.
Uh-huh.
Is that a reference to him coming back in Avengers or another Guardians movie? What do you think?
It'll be New Guardians.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure now that he's on Earth, he'll also help Avengers because him, Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Okay. They're really like
The
top dogs.
they're the OGs right now.
They're the top dogs.
They're the OGs.
Yep.
Like, they're a part of the OG crew. Like, they're going to continue it forward.
and they're
I
like,
don't care what anybody else about any of the new guys. Like, Shang-Chi's not really a leader. Shuri's not really a leader. Like, let's be real. She's the queen of the kingdom, but
they're gonna make Captain Marvel.
she's a
Captain Marvel's the best one.
You know what? You're not wrong. I want to see Miss Marvel and fucking the new. What are they even calling her?
Who?
Monica Rambeau. What are they calling her character? Is she
Miss
also
Marvel 2.
is she also Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel 2.
Like Miss Marvel 2? Like number 2?
Yeah.
Oh. No, they're not. Shut up.
What is her superhero name? Photon.
Let's say.
Pew pew. That's all I can think about. It's like pew
Pew, pew, gotcha.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Photon.
So we got Photon, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
When you said that's funny.
Hey, yo, folk, come here.
I honestly hope that that movie does well and that it's actually good. But with their track record,
It is not gonna be. It is not gonna be good.
yo,
on
we're
so
getting that
many
cat
levels.
bag though. That cat was sick.
I like
Wha-
the cat.
So what's the cat's name? We.
Oh fuck! Why is it's on the
Should we
tip of
know?
my tongue?
I don't know, man.
So if Captain Marvel comes back, I think they make Captain. I honestly think they make Captain Marvel the lead.
No, I don't think they will.
Chewie? Can you do that? His name is Chewie.
They own everything.
Name
It doesn't
change.
matter.
Yeah, it was Goose before.
It was Goose.
It was Goose.
Why is it
before.
Chewie now?
because it chews on things. It
Oh.
eats things. I don't fucking know, man.
Why was it changed? It literally there's an
Or maybe that
explain by
cat died and they
directors.
got a new one and they named it Chewie. Who knows?
I mean it's Captain Marvel. They really don't give a shit anymore. They're just gonna start doing random shit. And
Yeah.
it's
I think Spider-Man's gonna lead the crew.
really
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because isn't he?
He leads the new Young Avengers in like comics. And stuff.
Apparently, he's supposed to be
Yes,
the
I know
leader,
that.
the lead role in the upcoming Avengers film.
And I'm pretty
Ooh,
sure.
okay.
And at one point,
That's what I've heard.
Ant-Man himself actually takes over for the Avengers as the leader. He has
With the last Ant-Man movie, I'm a little.
no. Paul Rudd has the ability to do so. There's a reason why he's a lead in movies. He can lead an Avengers film.
He can, but his last movie was a little bit.
Well, that's the writing, because the people that really carried it was Paul Rudd, Jonathan Majors, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I'd say
Their acting carried the movie.
Yeah, you're not
The writing
wrong.
itself was not that great for that movie.
It
man.
wasn't.
No.
It wasn't good. It wasn't a bad movie. It was,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, acting for Guardians was also on point. They made it really feel like this was the last movie that they were ever gonna do.
yeah,
They really made it
they
feel like that.
really did.
Yeah.
And James Gunn leaned in on that shit, man.
Because Dave Bautista, he says he's done. He was like, thank
Really?
you, Drax. I'm leaving you behind. I'm not doing this.
Really.
Damn,
that sucks because I actually think that like Drax is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe. Like he and that's not
speaks
even a
to you,
meme.
right?
That's not even a meme. I'm not even joking.
No, it really speaks to you.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's an idiot, and I really vibe with other retards.
Like Nathan said, we all have one.
we all have one.
That's true. Yep.
We all have one.
You guys point at me, didn't you?
What?
I felt like, yeah. Okay, you guys did. All right then, fair.
No, I was pointing at
shut
Coop the
up.
entire time.
Shut up. After
Aw.
look, shelf, shut up. All right. After just under a week in theaters, the movie is nearing $350 million.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
It should be higher.
It really should.
It should be higher.
The film has made
You guys
100.
haven't watched. If anybody's watching this, you haven't watched it. Go watch it.
The film has made
Yeah, it's our 17
138
subscribers.
million
Go watch.
domestically and another 205 million from overseas, with combined global of 344.
Oh my god. Who's the chick that plays Gamora again? What's her name? Why am I
Zoe's
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
says she's done.
Really?
She says she's done playing Gamora. Now,
I can see that. They kind of ended her story.
she said she wanted to go do other projects, but I'm just like, if they threw enough money at her to be like, hey, come back, I feel like she'd take it.
That's what I like.
I feel like she'd take it.
You know what? Yes, and but if they didn't bring back Gamora at the end of the day, they ended her story off, and they gave her, and they ended it off for a second time.
So actually,
she has two endings.
I'm gonna drop some fact for you here.
Oh.
James Gunn wanted to kill Gamora in number 2.
Really?
Yep. He wanted to kill her off in number 2 and be like, because he had no more story for her.
Yeah.
It was done.
Yeah.
He was like, that was it. But Disney, Marvel wanted to keep her on.
So why did they bring her back? Did they?
Because he wasn't directing it. That was not his choice. It was all on the Russo brothers.
and they were bringing everyone back for like the big fight.
Okay. I did have a question about this because I am ignorant in this and I don't actually know. Why did they bring her back story-wise? Like, how did she come back story?
Because
time travel.
Was it just that?
It's just time travel,
Yeah.
bro. That's
because
literally what it is.
in that film they fought the 2014 Avengers Thanos.
Yes.
And in that time,
Gamora was there.
Still alive.
Gamora was
Under-
still alive.
under his
but
rule.
the kicker, she hasn't met Finn in the group. That's why she doesn't know who the fuck they are.
So she came back.
And that's why her attitude is the way it is, because she didn't really go through with C.
Yeah.
Because she changed after. Like
After
she didn't really
Guardians
like
1.
Thanos,
Yeah.
but she didn't like what the fuck was going on, and that's why in Guardians 1 she changed the way she was.
Yes.
But her at the end game was still too early for that. Yeah. She didn't meet the Guardians then. She didn't care about them.
Yeah.
Which
Exactly.
was prevalent in
It was
this.
prevalent in this movie, and it made sense. It completely made sense story-wise.
So that's why she resembles the attitude of her father.
Yeah.
Because she's
And
so.
that's also why, if you notice, like, even though she was in this movie, she wasn't in this movie a whole lot.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because James Gunn really didn't know what to do with her.
And
Because in his mind, she was done.
they kind of ended her story anyways. They ended her story for a second time now, and James Gunn did it on his own terms. She's one of the Ravagers, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it works out. If they were gonna bring her back, like she really would be mainly a side character. Couldn't see her taking a big role.
There's no more growth for
There's
her.
no more growth for her. She's
There's
already
nothing
gone
else.
through her growth. What is she gonna do? Go through the same growth again?
The only thing I could like.
One Piece.
Only thing I could see is like if maybe like her and
So much growth in One Piece.
her and Star-Lord
Shut up.
maybe started to like revisit their relationship again. If she started to give him a chance and they kind of got back together.
But then you get Guardians 1 again.
No, but like if this happened like off screen.
No, it's all about Peter and Nebula, man.
I just never noticed how black your eyes are.
They're very pretty.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
So we can all agree that this was a great movie.
Yeah, it's their best Marvel movie for this entire phase.
Yeah, and
I
James
agree.
Gunn did a great job.
I agree.
Great job, yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Just swan song out from the Marvel universe.
So I wanted to get
butcher the DC universe.
I wanted to go into.
I want to talk about the Flash.
I don't want to talk about the Flash.
No.
I don't want to talk about the Flash. I don't want to
We're not
talk about the Flash.
We're not talking about the Flash.
Why?
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. I don't want to talk about the Flash.
This is why.
Maybe we should talk about the Flash.
Hey, you know what? If you want to talk about the Flash, we'll talk about it next pod because we'll have a whole bunch of more time.
That's true.
Should we just start it and just go off the Flash?
No.
And
I
I'll just let you
think
talk.
for the last thing we'll bring up on this one, I think we should talk about the Demon Slayer fish.
Every time I watch it, I just think of you guys and just how we always shit on the fish.
The fish.
I thought the fish was good.
It looks good.
I don't see what the problem is.
I just think.
Why do
think
you
it's funny.
hate on the fish, bro?
No, I don't.
Why?
It's the people who were commenting originally on the fish when
Oh
there
yeah,
was,
flip flop.
when there was
No.
when there was like a 5-second clip we were talking about. There was a 5-second.
Why would you put a 2D fish in a 3D roll? What the fuck do you mean 2D fish?
Now
Now there's a giant fish that has 4 arms attacking the chief.
No. There was at least like 30 to 40% of the last episode was those fish. How do those people feel now? Like, Jesus Christ.
Should I try and find out?
Yeah, you should. Try to find out. But what did you guys think
Perfect
about?
couple.
What did you guys think about? What did you guys think about last episode of Demon Slayer?
Maybe honestly, I don't really remember the last episode of the Demons. Oh, the only thing I remember about this episode was Nezuko lighting the sword on fire, and then he was like, "Hino Kami Kaga," and then he sliced all 3 heads off. That's all I remember.
Honest to God,
And Genya becoming a demon.
honest to God, all you pretty much need to know about the episode is
He kept their heads off.
the Miss Hashira started the fight with the upper 5, the pot dude.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
now I remember that. Yeah.
Mitsuri showed up and saved some people and fought a giant kingfish, and then Hino Kami Kagura heads, and then Ginya's a demon.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't give a shit about Demon Slayer anymore.
We actually had this conversation, and I said, aside from animation, story is lackluster.
No,
hot
while I
take.
agree with this,
Hot take.
the story at most is like okay. It's
the same
It's
thing.
okay.
It's,
I give it. That's what I'll say.
it's okay. It's
not.
nothing spectacular.
they get to a place, they try and figure out the whole thing going on. Demon shows itself, giant fight, they win. They get somewhere, they try and figure out. Demon shows itself, fight, they win. They get it's literally for 3 seasons.
It's because Tanjiro has no growth. He's a flat character.
I said
Since
season 1 he did.
Season 1 he did.
Season 1 he
Okay,
did.
fair enough, because he actually needed to start killing things.
Bang.
Okay, fine. But really, he's just a flat protagonist.
He is.
It's really the characters are, and you know what? This has been happening a lot in a lot of animes.
Nezuko
Recently.
has had more than
That
him.
I've kind of noticed is protagonists have been very flat. The supporting characters have been better than the main protagonist. JJK.
Ooh.
Do you really care about Itadori, or do
I
you
do.
care about? Do you care more about Gojo?
I like Itadori's story.
What's his story? He's a strong kid with a demon inside of him.
And he's pink.
Naruto.
No, I like.
Believe it. Friendship. Disclaimer.
Copyright.
I like Itadori. You want to know why?
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
You want to know why I like Itadori?
Trademark.
Itadori went.
I think we can trademark that. We get hard.
fuck. Disclaimer.
We get hard soon.
Itadori went
Stop.
through so much, and he did have a lot of character growth.
But it doesn't affect him.
Why?
He just went back to being normal and happy and punching shit.
No.
Don't look at me. This is.
Okay, so
No,
starts
we
off,
are gonna look at you because you need to have a fucking
But
opinion.
I haven't really watched or read season 2 of JJK.
You don't need- we
Are
don't
we
need
just
to read
okay?
it.
Are we just talking
We're just
about
talking about the
season
anime.
one?
That's
Okay.
We're not
Okay.
talking about the manga because he hasn't watched it.
And we're talking about
I haven't read it.
character growth.
Yes.
Now I may be ignorant because I haven't seen it in a long time, so I might
I
not.
haven't either.
Okay. On the spot.
I think
now.
I probably watched it the most recent.
His grandpa died. Shitty.
That didn't affect him.
That is very true.
It didn't.
He was like, my friends at school are in danger.
Kind of, yeah.
And he punched them in the face.
No, but his character growth went from him wanting to save life to him then realizing like he actually does have to kill the demons even though they are
The
people.
curses.
Or the curses, sorry.
Because there's no way to bring him back.
Because there's no way to bring him back, and he kind of went through his whole issue with that. He never wanted to kill anyone, right? He just wanted to save people.
Mhm.
Then he went through his whole training arc, which was basically the first season, the rest of the first season in the school event. So
But that's not really growth. That's just him gaining powers.
sure, but it was also it also
Like, we're talking about character growth, not like the development of his skills. Like him
that is still part of
growing
his
as a character,
growth.
as an individual.
his part of his growth was him learning learning how to use his powers properly. Him learning from Toto how to fight with these powers and hone his powers. He got so much training.
That's more of a skill development, though.
As a person,
That's still developmental.
For his skill, not as his character. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, but you're splitting skill and character.
When I
like
talk
they're
about
different
character growth,
things,
it's
but
like how they're like the root base of them, how they've changed from one person to another. Like Vegeta,
ooh,
that was character growth.
that's a bar set.
Okay,
Okay.
what's Gojo's? Okay, for argument's sake, what's Gojo's character
He
development?
doesn't have character growth.
Exactly. So why is Gojo better than Itadori? This is
Actually, that's
my
not
argument.
true. He does have character growth.
In-
Well, we've seen that in the movie.
Oh, you're talking about from the movie. Sure, I'm just talking about season one.
From the
though.
movie to the anime.
Sure.
Like, there's definite differences, and we're probably gonna see that come second season.
We will. I'll give you that. We will see that we're gonna see more character growth. But as for right now, there's been way more character growth with Itadori. There's just more mystery around Gojo because we don't know jack shit about him. We know literally zero zilch about him.
I think we
other
saw
than
more
his
character
powers.
growth with Megumi than we did with Itadori.
Sure, I'll agree with that. I think we saw. I think
I'll back
actually-
that up. I'll back that up. Yeah.
Let me think about that for a second.
Because while Megumi was is trying to save people, he doesn't want to make friends, but he did end up making friends with both Itadori and Nobara.
Nobunar.
No, what did I say?
Nobara. Nobunar.
Is there an M? Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, I mean,
Are you sure, man? Where it's Nobara. Is it Nobara? Yo, look this shit up.
99%.
Anyways, go with what you were saying.
Yeah, I think that Itadori did have a lot, a good portion of character development in the first season. I mean, it's not insane. It's not like he went from like one person.
I mean, he did kill his best friend.
He literally did.
Nobara Kugisaki.
Oh, you were right.
Ah, fuck you.
You're right. I give you all that. That's. I thought it was Nobunara for the whole fucking time. I don't know why.
Now you do the oh.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
No, but I don't know. With Jujutsu Kaisen, Itadori I think is one of my favorite characters just because now he has to deal with so much, and with Sukuna being there, it's like this always like big pull and tug of him like learning his powers, and I know they're going to be ingrained in him eventually, right? Because they did state that in the first. So I'm curious to see where his character development goes to, and how having a demon, like basically a demon king inside of him goes. So
I have a question, and it might be spoilers. You don't have to say anything. You have read more than him, correct?
Yes, I haven't even passed the first season.
Okay. Can you say or can you not say is it Skuna?
Everybody dies, man.
Is it Skuna or Sakuna?
Sakuna.
Okay.
Not Sakuna.
No,
Skuna.
It's not Skuna.
Sucking Yuna.
I've heard-
He said Skuna.
I've heard people say that, so I just didn't
You
know.
heard people say
Sakuna.
suck Yuna?
No,
Sakuna.
Skuna or Sakuna?
They say. Wait, what did you repeat the first one?
Skuna.
He's having so
Skuna?
many trouble.
I've heard people
Sheldon's
say
having
that.
So many
Jesus.
fucking
That's
trouble.
why
How do
I
you
asked.
fucking say Skuna?
Just forget the U in between and just fucking SK.
It sounds like they forgot the fucking E.
Anyway, do eventually, again, you don't have to answer, do Itadori and Sakuna eventually have a bond
No.
or like
Yeah, they're basically Ninetales in Naruto.
No, they aren't. I haven't read it, and I already know from the story, the way the story goes, there's no fucking shot that even happens.
They become best friends.
Shut the fuck up.
They're like,
I don't
hey, you're my brother, actually.
You-
I'm your
he
ancestor.
could be memeing and he could be completely right. Actually, we don't know.
No, I know 100% that he's just 100% full of shit. No, because the way
He ends up loving Itadori like
way-
a son.
Okay,
Shut
now I
the
know
fuck
you're just dumb.
the way Sakuna,
Papa?
the way they've made the demons in this is one of the reasons I really
Bible.
like JJK, because the demons in this aren't like
They're curses, they're not demons.
or curse. Sorry, I keep
Stop
saying
saying demons.
demons.
I
'Cause we're
love how you
watching
always
Demon
correct them
Slayer.
too.
Yeah, thank you for correcting
You're
me.
welcome.
I would like to be
You gotta
corrected.
keep the story straight.
Curses. The curses in this aren't.
They're demons.
They aren't nice.
Shut up. Yo, smack him.
I fucking will.
Kia!
The curses aren't nice. Like in any, there is no fucking heart in them.
What
They
are
are
you talking
100%.
about? What are you talking about? They love each other. Did you not see them chilling on the beach? Like they were best friends? They clearly love each other. They just don't love humans.
Which scene was that?
They were at the beach.
They were on the beach. They were on the beach sipping on
isn't
fucking coconut
love.
water.
That's just like.
They were best friends.
Which scene is that?
I don't think they're best friends. I think they are all in a group to take down the Jujutsu.
They
sorcerers.
are, but they're homies. If they weren't homies, they wouldn't have saved one another.
Friendship.
Wait, hold
Or
on.
friendship.
Why wouldn't they? Because they're only assets to each other. Why would you not save someone who's
Because
going
they'll
to
just
be an
get another
asset?
cursed person.
But they are
They're
the
a dime a
strongest.
dozen.
Yeah, they're the strongest curses, though. They're the strongest curses around that we know of. There has been no curses that can talk like them. There's been no curses that have the powers that they do.
So far.
So far, sure, yes, but yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. But yeah, I think the curses, like the curses in this, don't have.
Andre said he had to shit really bad. In case you wondering.
I have to use the washroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shitting himself right
He's
now
like,
as we speak.
he's turtling as
Yeah.
we speak.
Yeah.
Just suck it back in, bro. Just suck it back inside of you.
Go Super Saiyan.
But okay, let's fucking hop off this topic. I want to talk to you about Vinland.
Wait, why are we hopping off JJK though?
I don't know. JJK's, I feel like, getting to
I mean, we were
I
talking
just
about.
like
We weren't even talking about JJK. We were just talking about flat protagonists.
Oh, we were talking about. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got off. I completely forgot. What you were,
that's why I bring it back.
Okay.
That's why That's why I'm here. I bring it back.
but yeah,
I may have the shittiest memory, but I bring it back.
I don't think Itadori's flat. I don't think he's a flat
I think
player.
it's a bit flat. Just,
I don't
I
think so.
compare it to like Aaron too, because Aaron's kind of flat.
Jaeger?
really?
I'm gonna kill all the Titans and save my people. That has not changed.
But the way he's going about it has completely.
Well, because he's got power now.
Yeah, but that's completely
he-
changed. It's been a 180.
What-
he wanted
what-
to
what
he
I'm-
wanted to originally go and save them in the proper way. Learned that he can't do
Hold on,
that.
no. He wanted to save his people.
Yes.
He wanted to save Eldians.
Yes.
This was been his thing, and he wanted to take out the Titans.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
Okay, that was his thing. Now that he's
His
got power,
goals-
that hasn't changed.
Yeah, his
The
goals,
goals
are the
haven't
same.
changed. So character-wise, he hasn't changed.
No.
But power-wise, he has.
No,
Skill sets,
no,
has.
no. You're completely mixing this up. His goals have not changed. His character has changed. The idea of Eren going from this little boy who goes to fight the Titans, who is now wanting to save
Homie was
Eldia.
willing to do whatever it took to save his people, so they could be free.
Do you think that you think that when he was fighting the Titans in the walls, he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna go nuke the whole fucking world? He didn't even know the fucking
Bro,
world
if
was
he
allowed. He didn't even know the world was a thing.
He didn't even know there was a place past the
He
sea.
didn't even know this. The whole character development is him learning these things and understanding why these different.
Didn't he know these things though?
No, what?
Hey, think about this for a second. Homie traveled back. He was influencing.
Are you saying he knew but they just weren't unlocked yet? Because that I can kind of get behind.
Sure, from what we were seeing, like maybe you can make that conclusion, but it hasn't been like a complete decisive thing in the anime, like from the beginning. That's just they almost it's almost retconned in a sense. It basically is retconning, dude. From
Like,
the beginning, I
kind of
want to
watch it now from the beginning. Just
do it.
From
it.
what we know now, just watch from the beginning. That'd be crazy.
And I don't think anything would have changed from the story. I literally think that the AOT writer retconned that in. The fact that he went back and he talked to his own
I don't
younger
think
self.
so. I'm pretty sure he had this plan since day one, man. This is the whole thing.
Did he have 4 parts planned for the fucking
apparently
the last season of the anime?
supposedly in the older episodes, like there's a scene where all of them are coming back on the horses in the town. Apparently in the crowd you can see
You can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
You can see Aaron
It's
seeing
in the
himself.
manga. It's in the anime.
Is it? I didn't know it was in the anime.
what?
Yeah. So there's a scene where they're coming back. I guess they just got their asses kicked and they're all walking through the town and all the people are staring at them like, oh my god, he died. In the crowd is Aaron Yeager today, like long hair, kill everyone, take over the world, looking at himself walking.
In the second season? First season?
First or second season, both.
If that's true, I completely give you it. I'll give you the argument 100%. I will hands down, you win the argument.
I've been influencing since day one.
I've never seen it,
Yeah.
but
He is the ultimate influencer.
Shut up. Okay, but like for flat protagonist, I don't know. For me personally, like yes, Tanjiro, 100%. I agree with you there because the last 2 seasons.
I'm not gonna do that actually.
I just think
Never
that
mind.
a lot of supporting characters in anime have been getting way more character growth than
Yes.
the actual protagonist, man. And like, really, there hasn't been much. It's just what it seems like. Like My Hero, Bakugo goes through crazy fucking growth. Vegeta, again, there we go. Reference.
I feel like we can, and you know what? To back that up, I feel like that's kind of where the bar was set. Vegeta, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm just gonna say that, like, we had this talk at the gym, and I even said, I'm like, yeah, like when you think of anime, you think of Dragon Ball. Or people think of Dragon Ball. When you think of that, you instantly think of Goku. And I respect it. I'm not a huge fan of Goku because I just think he has everything given to him. Vegeta has legitimately gone from like the big bad to one of.
That isn't necessarily.
He's the face of Dragon Ball.
The one. Okay, sorry to cut you guys off from the Dragon Ball, but like for flat protagonist, I will say that it can be a good thing. Can be a good thing. One Punch Man, Mob Psycho.
I can't say a thing about either
One
of
Punch
these.
Man and Mob Psycho.
Hey, wait a second. Mob does have character growth.
He does.
Yeah,
Does he
Mob
have more-
does have character growth.
Does he have more character growth than?
Yeah, he goes through a lot, dude.
Does he?
Bro, what are you watching, man? Are you smoking shit when you've been watching Mob?
Yeah,
He
but
does.
He goes
He
through a lot
really
of shit,
does.
but it doesn't change him.
No, it does. He went from being like this little loner loser kid to like making friends, which he's never had before.
Sounds like me.
Yeah. Like, thank you.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
basically Mob.
Whoa.
You said his character development is him. He made friends.
Making friends. He's doing things that he's never done.
Are you saying that I haven't made friends?
the girl that he loves, would he have ever like tried to ask her out? No, I don't think so.
So you're saying Mob Psycho is just the power of friendship? That basically all this anime is?
No,
No.
not quite. That
Okay,
dude
but-
solos everything.
But what about One Punch Man? You can't say he has any character development.
He has! He's gone from having hair to not have hair.
Okay, that is literally the only fucking thing. He hasn't changed. He's the same person. He has had no character
No,
growth.
he did make it. He did care about the heroes that were getting shit on, so he took all the blame. He was like, "See me as like the hero villain,"
Sure.
right?
But his character in a sense
And he
hasn't grown though. He's the same person. Exact.
I can't say what I can say actually.
Oh, because it's later on.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't spoil it.
I was about to say it. And I was
But
like,
wait, for the first 2 seasons, you can't even argue that. He's the exact same person.
sure, yeah, for the first 2 seasons.
For the first 2 seasons, you can't even argue that. Right? There's no character growth, regardless. And
I was so close to spoiling shit.
And
so like, I was just like,
and to be fair, the other surrounding characters are way more interesting.
yeah, they are.
But
Like my boy Moomin.
like my boy Moomin. But that doesn't make the anime bad.
Pretty
The
crazy.
anime is fucking phenomenal. One Punch Man is a great anime.
That's season 2.
I'll give you season 2. Season two wasn't
Is it really that bad?
Season
Have
2
you not watched
wasn't.
season 2 yet?
I've heard horror stories. I'm like, why would I?
Season two wasn't bad. Okay.
You need to watch season 2.
Oh, man.
It's fine. We're ending it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
true. We should probably have this.
But yeah, season 2 you should just watch. You kind of need to watch for story purposes, so you understand when season 3 comes out why it's significant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I will put that on the back because I am heavy into Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
And Heavenly Delusion.
Because we
Hells.
haven't really talked too much about this week's episodes, let's just do quick ratings.
Vinland Saga?
Vinland Saga. What do you rate it?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah,
I give it 8 out of 10.
Demon Slayer.
This is personal feelings. I'm gonna try to be subjective on this, okay?
Let's
I'm
just answer.
fucking Really,
Let's just answer.
I'm really so shit with Demon Slayer.
Let's just
right now.
answer. I personally give it 7.
6.5.
Okay.
I will give it a 7.5.
Hells.
Damn. Hells?
8.
Hells, I give it 7.
8.
8.5.
Yeah.
I give 7.
Nothing significant happened.
Nothing. There was no significance.
There was
in the
water
episode.
breathing. If you want.
There was no significance in
Yo, we didn't get American breathing again. So sad.
Dude, American
I
breathing.
can't
is
remember American breathing
crazy.
style. I wanted
Glock
to see
style
form.
was crazy.
Hood
bro.
breathing. Lock style.
Glock style hood breathing, bro. That shit was crazy.
9mm breathing style.
Okay, since you can't answer this, Heaven. This week's episode.
We haven't watched the last
so
episode,
confused.
but we're pretty close.
This one was like maybe a 7. Because I'm just more confused.
7.5. I know.
It just gets.
You wait.
There's just so many more questions.
You wait.
Okay,
There's just so many more questions.
Hell's Paradise, I had to say something quick. This episode was the weakest episode so far.
In what way?
I thought it didn't. I thought it could have been, and it's not. It wasn't bad. I still gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it was still good episode. I just think it was lackluster. Lackluster, personally.
Okay, you want to back up your comment because
Lackluster.
why?
They did.
Please don't say I don't know.
If you say I
No.
can't explain it, I'm gonna fucking smack you.
I can't explain. No.
I can't.
they
I don't know why.
I can't play.
You know how in I think it was the first time when they first get to the island, they fight the sword guy, the guy with a bunch of weapons.
Yeah,
Loves
The
weapons.
monk?
The other
The monk?
prisoner.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was just kind of random. I didn't even see him in the episode
Really?
with
He was in the selection.
was
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember seeing him. But he wasn't significant. They killed him off. Cool. He was a barrier. That big dude could have been. I thought he was going to be way more because they kept teasing him. They teased
Well,
him so many times, and I thought he was
what
going
do
to
you
have
mean by way
any
more?
I thought he was going to have way more significance in the way that he was going to go. I knew he was going to go.
No,
up
this
against
anime is
Gotg.
like The Walking Dead, man. Anybody and anybody can die, except for the protagonist. of
Sure,
course.
but I think that
Plot armor.
they could have given him.
PA.
They could have brought him in at a different time. I feel like maybe even later.
I had this conversation with Victor at work, and I was like, they could have saved him because he's a big dude against other big dudes. That would have been cool.
That would've been dope.
But then I'm like, I also get why they did it because then, well, you're just having a kaiju battle at that point.
That's still
and
dope.
he's just kind of like OP. Like he's one-shotting people.
Sure,
Except for
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Gabimaru. Like, otherwise he's one-shotting everybody.
Sure, yeah, I agree, but I
And we
know.
don't need another One Punch Man.
Yeah, but I think that the thing is, this episode was about them going up against him and killing him, and that was it. There's really the only growth was in what's her name?
Well, a lot of this is gonna be like, well, dude was just hungry. He wanted to eat.
Yeah, he was just
Okay, he just wanted to eat.
He's basically
But
everyone's.
every other villain has got the mindset of we need to get the fuck out of here, or I want my freedom.
Mhm.
So they're gonna kill the other criminals
Mhm.
so they can get that shit and get the fuck out.
Mm.
I mean, this has already been stated since like the 3rd episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I see that. I don't know. I think that with that character, I was expecting a lot more.
I think in the sense he's getting at is he would have liked to see like if they were like mid-fight and then he kind of fucks off for a bit, maybe gets like infected and comes back as like a mutated giant type thing.
Anything. I just wanted to see something unique with him. He was just a big dude who was hungry, who wanted to kill.
I don't know that ending though. Only because he ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
He also had a hot take on the samurai chick.
Oh, did you?
Remember how he said that?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say like I think that I don't like the way that they've done her power.
What power?
Like
her character growth.
Her character growth. The fact that like they kind of.
She was portrayed as like the lowest, but when she put her mind and body as one, she was like the strongest swordsman of them all.
This was also explained in this episode. So the ranking file, like she's the lowest ranked
because she's a
but
woman.
It's not exactly. It's not based off just skill. It's who's leading the clan next.
Yeah,
that's also the rankings. So skill comes into play. How you lead them, it comes into play.
But how the thing is like they've already said that she hasn't like been involved in like battles. How is her skill better than guys who have experience? Doesn't make
she's
sense.
Trained under her father, dude. Like
but she was trained to execute. That's like legitimately it. That's all they've ever shown.
Yeah.
So she's good at executing, but she has no combat skill.
Well, not just.
But when she puts her mind and body together, she's the best.
She doesn't have battle experience, but she does have swordplay experience.
Sure.
They're not just training them to be beheaded. They're still samurai.
Yeah.
She just hasn't been in any battles.
Sure, exactly.
So she's been practicing.
But she has the best skill of all of them. Really? I don't know. It just seemed a little boring and lazy. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still a great anime. I think it was lazy.
Watch Star Wars.
No.
Then you'll see lazy.
That I really don't want to because I already know that it's. But that's
not all Star Wars, just the last 3 movies.
That's my.
Let me be clear.
Yeah. Whoa.
Let me be clear. The last 3 movies.
No, all the movies. The
Get them.
Some knock on the door.
Fuck Star Wars. Gang.
That was lame.
That really just showed your age.
Thank you.
Yeah, not 20. He's like still 15.
Yeah. You guys didn't realize this? Fucking 45-year-old cause.
Back in our day, Star Wars was cool.
Back in our day.
I can say that now.
Yeah, I think that's it. That sums it up.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Is that a podcast?
Podcast.
I guess so.
All right.
Oh no, the Flash. We gotta talk about the Flash.
Oh, fuck off.
Flash.
You know what? You want to talk about the Flash? We'll talk about it next episode.
Bet.
Oh,
we're in.
I don't know what we're talking about because I don't know anything about the Flash.
I'm gonna be the only one going
It's
off.
literally gonna be me and you sitting here.
Perfect.
I
can't wait.
He's gonna go off.
Like how I went off about Ranch.
It's gonna be the Flash.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, leave your hate comments down below. We love your hate comments. We fucking hate you.
It's true. We do hate you.
We'll see.
Please subscribe. We're desperate.
We're desperate. Like, what? I said I would send somebody $20 if they.
No, it was 100. I thought.
Pretty sure it was 100.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 100.
I'll send you $100 if you.
Oh shit! Don't email, please.
I'm joking. I send $100. I'll send $20 to anybody who emails ballsackpodcast.
Can I email?
@gmail.com. Huh?
Can I?
No, you can't. Dumb piece of shit.
What if I make a fake email?
Any of the followers. And there's only one more week. Only one more week.
What if I make a fake account saying gotchacooper@hotmail.com? Email.
I hate him.
How are you sending the money though?
I'll e-transfer.
What if they're in a country that doesn't have e-transfer?
Get fucking dick down, dude.
GG's going next.
So this only applies to Canadians.
No, you have e-transfer in fucking in United States.
No, they don't have e-transfer.
Don't they? Cash App.
Yeah, but it's not e-transfer.
Same goddamn thing.
You come get the if you come to
You come to
Canada,
Canada, you come pick up the $20.
easy done. There you go. Plain
All
ride.
right.
Bye
Peace
everyone.
out. Bye.